Hello and welcome to day 10 and our final building block in our personal development course. Now, these are super short little 5-minute blurbs that I want to be thought-provoking and to make you dig deeper into the whole process of personal development. So by no means are you going to receive a lifetime of wisdom in these 10 blurbs, but what I really want to do is just challenge you to grow and develop in these areas. And so today I feel a little bit like the Wizard of Oz and the person looking for the heart and looking for courage and looking for all of these things is you've had it all along, and it's just a matter of flexing that muscle that's always been there and adding the food that it needs to grow. Okay, so let's just kind of reiterate what we've looked at over these last 10 little blurbs. First of all, silencing your mean girl. I don't know if we ever get there. I personally have not silenced my mean girl. I can identify it sooner and kind of, squelch the voice and the feelings of inadequacy. And I just recently, 2 days ago, a friend who was also a Mary Kay sales director and just the sweetest human you ever would meet, recently passed away and had been battling cancer the last year and a half, and we were all praying for her, and all of the Mary Kay world was praying for her. And it was almost unexpected because we truly believed that she was going to get better. And the most ridiculous thought crossed my mind shortly after I had heard of Michelle's passing. And for whatever reason, this thought popped into my head was, well, you didn't pray hard enough. And after sort of this shocking feeling of guilt washed over me, I thought, no, that's not true. My inability, my not praying hard enough, ultimately I believe that God is in control. And it says in His Word that before we are even born, our days are predetermined before us. And so as much as we live out to the best of our abilities, there's things beyond our control that only God knows the answer to. But just having that horrible thought go through my head of, that somehow I didn't do enough for Michelle is just totally, I just feel like, oh my goodness, that is totally a mean girl thought that, could have, before I really identified it and gave it a name, mean girl, something like that could derail me for a long period of time, because that would be something that would make me feel inadequate. So anyway, don't listen to your mean girl. And sometimes your mean girl will say some very horrible things, and just believe that they are not true. Okay. And then we talked about developing our self-love muscle, and that we are a divine creation of God and He doesn't make junk, which means that we are pure and perfect and absolutely beautiful in everything that He made about us. Whether you have straight hair, curly hair, blue eyes, green eyes, purple eyes, brown eyes, it doesn't matter. That was how He designed you before you were even born. And in whatever it is, it's pure and utter beauty. And as much as our DNA and our fingerprints are unique to only us, we are unique on this planet, and we have a gift to give. And our gift is ourselves. And when we truly love ourselves and accept ourselves, that gift that we get to give is a gift that only you possess. And so us playing small in no way serves the world in how we are meant to serve the world. And so developing your self-love muscle is the most selfless thing you can do, because it allows you to actually go out into the world in pure other beauty of what you were meant to be and give that gift away. It's absolutely a beautiful thing. The next thing we looked at was developing a self-love toolkit, which gives you tools to look back on that you might need on days of self-doubt. And just like when something goes broken in your house and you have tools to fix them, sometimes we need tools to fix things in ourselves that are broken internally, emotionally. And so for some people, I know for some people who have struggled with depression and have needed to take something to help fix that, and that's not a bad thing. It's simply a tool that's available to you in a toolkit. And there's definitely ways to help build and grow your self-love through just a multitude of tools out there. For myself, I read a lot of books. I do a lot of journaling, and I do a lot of prayer, and those really help to strengthen me. My strong faith in God is huge. That is an absolute pillar that I lean on. And then we talked about their strength and joy, and just being able to find things to celebrate the amount of strength in that is huge. And then we looked at joy stealers, things that steal our joy that we need to be aware of. Just like I have an alarm system on my house that will go off if someone tries to break into my house and steal things. We need to be aware of what our joy stealers are. And just like we guard our things like our car that we lock up and our house that we lock at night, we need to guard our joy and stay away from things that steal that from us, because that's the lifeblood of who we are. Then we looked at you are not a freak, and that sometimes the things that are what we look at as flaws or imperfections or things that make us weird, they're not. It's just who you are and who you were made up. And then we looked at you might need a snack, which is looking after your physical body. And as much as our brain and our soul are really important to keep us going, if you're starving yourself or you're basically eating celery sticks, your physical body is going to break down. And so physically, we actually need to feed ourselves good stuff. Things that fuel our bodies, just like, and we talked about how you would treat a toddler. Like you wouldn't, if you had a little toddler, you wouldn't, just say, oh, here's a cracker for breakfast, or, oh, just eat a chocolate bar, you'll be fine. We make sure that that toddler has all the basic food groups and eats healthy. And you tell it, what do you tell your toddler to do? Eat your vegetables. You need them. They're good for you. Well, guess what? We're all growing up and we still have to eat our vegetables. Okay, and then we looked at the mind, body, and spirit connection. And I love this. I love how scientifically they've been able to prove that our mind, body, and spirit are in all of our cells. Interesting thing happened to me once. I went for a massage. And I normally like a really tough massage because I build a lot of, knots in my muscles. And this person was really working out the knots, but the way she was doing it was she was using her elbows, and it was like really painful. And it was interesting that it wasn't really pain that I felt, but it was anger. And I'm like, why am I feeling angry towards this person who I've never met? And I'm in a spa, and they're playing soft music, but I'm feeling angry. And it was later that I made the connection, and just reading up, that we hold emotions obviously in our body and in our cells. So it makes sense when this person was digging really deep, aggressively into knots, that what I was feeling was not pain, but I was feeling anger. And so we really do hold an enormous amount of emotion in all of our cells. And so we need to be aware of that. And then we talked about finding our tribe. And the best thing that I can suggest in this area is to first of all be your own best friend. And we've heard it before, but honestly, when you personally are an amazing friend to yourself. Sorry, I keep looking down because I have notes because there's so many things I wanted to say today because it's our last class on personal development. When you are an amazing friend to yourself and you offer yourself pure, unconditional love means it doesn't matter how badly you screw up, you still love yourself. When you offer yourself pure, non-judgmental friendship means it doesn't matter what happens, you're still going to be good to you. When you offer yourself just the beauty of love and acceptance and no judgment, then you can give that away to others, and you can't give away what you don't possess. So when you're judgmental, you indirectly judge others in the way that when you are just pure love and joy, you just give out pure love and joy. And what I want you to walk away from today, if you walk away from nothing else, you don't remember anything else about what we talked about, is that you are a gift to the world. And that sounds like the most ridiculous cliche you've ever heard. Yeah, I'm sure Disney quoted it. But honestly, again, you are the only you, you with your DNA, with your personal, just the way that you process things, the way that you look at the world, the way that you feel and see and think, that's unique. And you know how as a parent, you say, oh, my kids are such a gift. It's true. And so when you're a child, you're a gift. You're just the most unbelievable gift. And as you get older, you can be a gift to your friends. You can be there for them in their time of need and be their support system and be strength when they don't have it. And one day, if you have a partner, you're a gift to that partner. And so what you bring to the table and the whole theme behind everything that we did on this course is that you are enough. And I think a lot of times we put our life on hold because we feel like, well, this is my big dream, or this is my goal, or this is my vision for my life, but I can't do it yet because I don't have it together, or I'm not enough, I'm not strong enough, smart enough, I'm not, equipped enough to do it. And let me just tell you right now that, again, I talked about daily bread and how it's just for today. And in the Holy Scriptures, when they talked about bread, they didn't have preservatives and they didn't have fridges. And so bread went moldy really quickly. And so they actually made bread every single day because yesterday's bread, because, we're talking about the Middle East, it's very warm. Your bread doesn't store overnight sitting out. It will mold. So by the next morning, it's moldy. And so in the Holy Scriptures, it talks about how to pray. And in that prayer, the only request, the prayer talks about the love of God and it talks about forgiveness. But the only request is, it says, give us this day our daily bread. And basically that is everything that we need for life for that day. And God promises that He gives us that. And so you have the courage for this day, you have the strength for this day, you have the knowledge and wisdom for this day, and He's not going to give you what you need next week because that bread will be moldy by the time it shows up. So you are enough with what you have right now in this very second, with the gifts that you have to be the person that you need to be. And tomorrow, you're going to have the gifts for tomorrow in the person that you need to be tomorrow. So basically, don't stress about what's coming. You'll have the strength then. And don't stress about what happened in the past because that's just moldy bread and you can't change it. So you are enough in the here, in the now. You are perfect. In as much as God has called you to do, you have the strength within you to do it. I hope you have a great day.